Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Pass the Mic podcast. I hope you guys are ready to have an amazing time with me. This is a special appearance by the one and only Kevin Lyttle, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Lyttle, he will be in the building in just a few minutes. He's running just a tad bit behind. Sometimes it's a little hard to find our studios, so hopefully he gets here safe and we are ready to begin. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. Kevin Little's just running a little bit behind, so what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys just a few minutes. Gather your friends. The first thing that we want to do is we want to tell everybody to please log on to YouTube. You're going to go to YouTube, and you're going to go to YouTube, and when you get there on the search bar, you're going to put in PTMP Live, okay? PTMP, that's all one, and then space LIVE. You'll find one of the videos with my face on it, and once you do, from there, you guys can go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And as a matter of fact, I just heard the doorbell ring, so I think he's here. So let's see, he's opening the door. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Kevin Lyttle, ladies and gentlemen. He's coming right in. So we're going to put a brief hold on this once Sandy gets back to the director's chair. What's up, Kevin? How's it going, brother? We'll get you going. We're going to go ahead and start the intro, and in just a few minutes, we'll have Kevin Lyttle situated, and we'll be back live in just a few moments. So with that being said, Pass the Mic podcast. Make sure you follow us on PTMP Live on YouTube.com.
From the heart of Kendall, Florida, it's Pass the Mic podcast. Solutions for real-world problems with real-world people. And of course, those crazy people too. And now, your host, Eddie G. Like us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at PTMP Live, or visit us at PTMPLive.com. Be sure to hit subscribe and turn on your live notifications for more exclusive stuff. From the heart of Kendall, Florida, it's Pass the Mic podcast. Solutions for real-world problems with real-world people. And of course, those crazy people too. And now, your host, Eddie G. Like us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at PTMP Live, or visit us at PTMPLive.com. Be sure to hit subscribe and turn on your live notifications for more exclusive stuff.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much once again. Pass the Mic podcast, and we are here with the one and only Kevin Lyttle. What's up, my brother?
Yo, I'm inside.
It's that Miami traffic.
Oh, yo, man. You know, you won't believe Google Maps failed me today.
No way.
Yeah, Google Maps was wrong and Apple Maps was right. If it wasn't for Apple, I wasn't getting here. I'm telling you right now, Apple Maps beat Google today.
It's all right. Sometimes it is hard to get to the studio. It's like all the way in the back corner and stuff. It's a little tough. What's up to everybody live on Kevin Lyttle's Instagram, right? We're on Instagram.
Yeah, we're
Instagram
on my
Live.
Instagram right now.
Instagram
Shout out to all
Live.
my fans. Yo, right now we inside Pass the Mic podcast. Yo, tell the people on my fan page how to get to it.
Absolutely. So if you guys want to watch this live and go ahead and interact with Kevin right now, the best way to do it is go to youtube.com. Inside the little channel right there, you're going to go ahead and put PTMP Live. So you put PTMP Live and you watch it live right here with us, chat with us, and you can even call in.
Yeah, man. Nice. All right, so we here. So talk to me, man.
Yeah, man. I'm so excited to have you here. The king of soca.
Thank you.
That's what I heard. I mean, I've had a bunch of Trinis, a bunch of guys. Yo, he's the king of soca.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Oh man, that's never gonna be the same.
Yeah, it's all good.
At least you know we're doing it live. You go ahead. No problem.
It's in a good case.
Oh man, we just had a phone fly with. You know what though? You know what I can appreciate? You a Note 10 user, huh?
Yeah, I'm a Note 10. I'm a iPhone Because guess what? I'm into technology, so I'm building apps at the moment. So I have to have all the devices to be able to test the application. You know?
Amazing.
All right, guys, let me put back on my headphone. Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Yeah.
So everybody just saw the roof right now.
Yeah.
The roof. The roof.
I have to make sure when I hold it, I put it differently so that we all can.
There you go.
Yeah.
You want to put it in the front?
Yeah, maybe.
You want to
so
put? I got you.
We can get everybody in there.
There we go.
You know what I mean?
Let's put this right here.
Let's get everybody in the mix.
Let's put you right there. Nobody wants to see me. They want to see you.
Hello, see us both, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we inside. So all right, let's go.
All right, let's bring this in a little bit. There we go. We're getting situated.
Yeah, so
ladies,
you were saying King of Soca.
The King of Soca.
Like, yeah, that's what I heard as well. So,
that's word on the block. That's word on the block. We had so much engagement on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of people asking questions. There was, I can't believe he's in Miami. I didn't know. So there's a lot of people that don't even know that you're here in Miami.
Yeah, no, I mean I understand that because I'm not American, so you wouldn't think to realize that I would be living in America.
Right.
But I live in Miami, and so there's a lot of other great Caribbean artists. My friend Wayne Wonder is in Florida as well.
Wayne Wonder.
The Marleys are out here.
Yeah,
and
I know the
a few
Marleys.
others. Yeah, so we out here.
Give us a little bit background about yourself. I mean, I know a lot of people, can Google this stuff and whatnot, but it's always best to hear it from the horse's mouth.
So about me.
About you, man.
About Kevin.
Born and raised, where you were at, how'd you make it to Miami, your favorite spots, and then we're gonna ask you the big question.
Yeah, man. So shout out all the Nigerians. I see Nigeria popped up on my on my Instagram. But I'm from the island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, a very small island in the West Indies. And shout out the West Indies cricket team. I know they have a big match coming up or gone, I'm not sure. But I grew up in Kingstown, St. Vincent, and I was raised by my grandmother and great-grandmother.
Okay.
In a little part of outskirts of the city called Lodge Village or / Old Montrose. It was kind of a border, between Lodge Village and Old Montrose. That's where I live. Shout out the Block 2000 Massive in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Shout out St. Lucia on the check-in as well, the island of St. Lucia. So, what happened, my mom, my grandmother, my great-grandmothers who raised me, I was raised very poor, basically. We had land, which I still have, that's been handed down to me. Okay. But we grew up poor because there was not the income in the house. Right. My mom was the only one that actually had a job, and she was providing for all three of us, myself, her mother, and her mother's mother. But the upbringing was really good. My mom really looked out for me. She actually, it was good in one way and bad in another because I was the only child and I was looked at as being pampered or being spoiled. So and until this day I'm still spoiled. What I mean? but I grew up very well sheltered and still yet very exposed to a lot of things that gave me a kind of balanced perspective on life. And from the time I got to the age of 12, 13, I already knew that music is what I wanted to do. I really wanted to be into engineering and computer sciences and stuff like that. Right. And I actually got into the best high school in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Boys Grammar School, which was very, very good for me. And that propelled me even more into technical studies. So I went into, when I got to Form 4, as in the Caribbean, the way the school works.
Is it farm?
Form.
Okay, form.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Form 4. It was called 4 Technical. They were different when you get to that grade, which is like the last 2 years before you leave high school, right? To do the graduating exams and stuff like that. They start splitting you up by subject area. So like technical, dealing with electronics and some aspects of science and physics and stuff like that. And then there was...
and that's where you got turned on?
No. I mean, I was singing all through school. I'm just trying to break it down for you so you understand how it was for me.
You turned on the engineering side.
Yeah, so I mean, I did that, and you know, there was sciences, arts, and
Right.
all that kind of stuff in that school. So there's that great variety of ways to channel your education, and I channeled mine towards technical subjects. Had some very good teachers, but you know, like every other kid in school, you know, technical, that particular class was very troublesome.
Really?
You know, shout out my old friends like Marcus Israel, Delvort, Morris, Sambo, otherwise known as Elton Lewis. You know, there was a lot of good classmates of mine, lot of bad boys, lot of you know.
You were rolling with
I was in the rough.
You were rolling with
class.
the group.
Yeah, the technical crew is always the rough crew. You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah, so I came up.
So
in
wait,
that
you're
group.
telling me Kevin Lyttle is a bad boy?
Well, not bad boy. I was actually one of those that was more picked on than gotten into fights and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't, you know, no bad boy, but still,
No wonder you ended up in Miami.
I could hold my own if you got into a fight with me, though. I could hold my own. You know what I'm saying?
Now I know why your shirt's ripped.
Right? Yeah. Battle scars, man. Yeah, but you know that
Shout out to anybody who's trying to get his rims.
Right. Yes, I mean, that was a major part of my upbringing. Just getting me more exposed to life. You know what I'm saying? And then I went to after that the St. Vincent Technical College, and all these years I was pursuing music. I was in a dance group with my uncles. I was performing on stage, doing a lot of shows, singing a lot of different people's songs, and I was in bands and stuff like that. And that is actually how I got the contacts and connects to record with Adrian Bailey, who is the producer of Turn Me On. You know, I was given the advice to work with him because I was working with so much different people throughout the years, and the quality of the music that I was getting recorded was not the best. And so I got advice from the then soca monarch of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Fireman Hooper.
Dope.
Yeah, and he was like, yo.
Yeah, he's
you heard of Fireman.
Yeah.
He ain't no joke.
Yeah. No, he knows his things, man.
Yeah. Shout him out though, because he got into a car accident.
Oh no.
Last week I think it was. He broke a few fingers and stuff like that, but he's
okay.
Gonna be okay.
All
him
right.
and Skinny Fabulous are actually gonna do a wicked little battle, like a versus. They were gonna do a versus live on Facebook, man. So shout out my Vinci people, shout out my colleagues in the business from St. Vincent, Skinny Fabulous and Fireman. You know, but Fireman actually was the one who advised me and put me with Adrian Bailey, and he was actually one of the first person. He was the first person to actually book me outside of St. Vincent.
Really?
When the song came out, and this is like the song came out the 10th of July 2001.
I thought it was 2002.
No,
that's when the record actually broke UK, 2002, right?
Yeah.
UK in 2002.
Yeah.
Because it was at the end of 2001.
Yeah. So it came out at the middle of 2001 in the summer in St. Vincent's Carnival. You know, it's a soca song designed to cross soca music over, but everybody took it. Oh, it's a dancehall song. Oh, he from Jamaica. Oh, it's Barry Salmon. So it was kind of.
It was when I had the mix group. Shout out to Joe Cruz. When I had the mix group drop me the vocals for the commercial, the editor is from he's from Trinidad. Excuse me, he's from Trinidad. But I think he grew up in St. Vincent.
Okay.
And he's like, yo, he's not the dancehall king. He's the soca king. He's the soca king.
Yeah.
And so like he's known as the soca king. And I was like, all right, well, make me both drops just in case. I'll do some research.
Okay.
So I did some research because here in Miami, everybody knows you as the dancehall.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then in UK, it's a crossover of carnival and dancehall.
Yeah.
So it's like different everywhere. What do you classify it as?
Well, it's a hybrid soca song. You know, it's a soca song, first of all, because that's what I created it for Vinci Mas 2001.
Okay.
There's actually a CD put out by the producer, Adrian Bailey that's called Vinci Jams. I think that was one of the earlier years of that compilation. So you can check out the compilation on iTunes of the original first recording, Vinci Jams,
man.
2001.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
So
you have your mixed tape.
it's not a mix. It's just a selection of songs from that year. There was Madzart, who's actually on Turn Me On. He had his hit song that year. We were neck and neck that year. He had a song called Poor People Song.
Yeah, Poor People. Yeah, I know the song.
You know that song?
Yeah, man.
Yo, you into the Caribbean?
I am. I really am.
Man.
I really
crazy.
am. It's interesting because when I started getting into audio, I don't know if you know a guy named down here, Paul and Lace and Jerry. They're all, Jamaican, Caribbean guys. And we had some Guyanese. And we would build these boxes. I mean, that's all you have in the islands. You would build your own box.
Oh, yeah.
Put your double end scoop 18s.
Yeah.
And you build them and stack them up. And that's what we were doing. So we were grabbing Eminence components and putting all these speakers together. And that's how I got into audio.
Yo, you just brought back some memories to me because, my cousin, I have two brothers that are my cousins, Douglas Alexander and Mozart Alexander. They both used to do that at the age of like 12 and 13 because their father, who was like a father figure to me, he fixed electronic devices for all the major companies in the capital of Kingston, whether it be Lanes or Singer. Anything that came into them to fix, they would go to him. And we used to call him the general because he fixed everything from an iron to a speaker to a transformer. He would rewind the transformer right there. He would do all of that. So
in the islands, you don't have all the resources that we have here. So when I joined that group, I can't tell how many like generals, presidents, and the master, and it was so funny because you'd walk in and everybody had a nickname. Everybody had a nickname.
Yeah.
Everybody.
There were some shop owners in my country. One was called Puss. Was called Cats. It's all kind of different. All kind of weird name for people. My name was Bam, actually. That was what everybody in the neighborhood knew me as.
Well, there was already a Bam, so we couldn't.
Right? But that's what all my friends in the neighborhood knew me as in St. Vincent. But shout out Mozart because Mozart actually continued. Dougie became a architect. He's drawing plans and stuff for the government. And Mozart continued with his father's trade and is putting in the sound systems inside of all the passenger
You see how like it all trickles down, man. It's crazy.
He builds
it's
speakers,
like a small community, but it's big. I don't know. It's weird because you run into all these guys and you're like, you run into so many different people in this industry. And it's like everybody kind of is connected with each other.
Yeah, no, of
it's
course.
Weird.
Though, there's very, there's not a high degree of separation between one person to another terms of like, even if you're Chinese. or Indian.
Well, I'm telling you, in Lace, he was Jamaican Chinese. So there's a lot of Chinese Jamaicans.
Yeah.
And so since the Caribbean is like all mashed up into one.
Yeah.
As far as music goes, it's like everybody kind of is in this. Like that's my cousin.
Yeah,
everybody's a cousin.
Everybody's related.
Everybody's a cousin. When I started messing around with Jerry and all the other guys, Wes. I mean, like I said, everybody has a nickname. So and Jody, and it was like, hey, that's my cousin. Hey, I want you to meet my cousin. I'm like, how many cousins you got, man? I'm Latin. I don't have that many cousins.
The Caribbean is a Snoop Dogg kind of life, man. Everybody is cuz,
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. All right, so what was your inspiration? Because this is let's do something real quick. Let's give some shout outs. You got any shout outs that you want to do over here?
Yeah, I see somebody from the UK saying Wagwan. So shout out the UK massive,
Yeah.
Shout out the whole Caribbean, Haiti, Jamaica, Trinidad, my country, St. Vincent, Barbados, St. Lucia, Antigua, Dominica, St. Kitts.
Whoa.
The Virgin Islands, the
Shots
US.
fired.
Bermuda, Guyana, Suriname. They say Suriname.
There it is, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to everybody. There we go.
Yeah.
Give them the reggae horn.
Right.
Oh! Hey, record that. That's going down on a track right there. All right, so let's do some shout outs over here. We got Sam, Ruben Carballo, from Confetti and Fog. Anthony from True Audio. What's up, man? Good shout out to you. Caroline, and we have quite a few people over here on PTMP over here. This is crazy, man. There's a lot of people showing you love.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Big shout out to
Shout
everybody.
out to all the fans. Wherever
Shout
you
out to all
are
our
right
fans.
now. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Miami's a crazy melting pot of everybody.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's crazy
That's
over
one
here.
of the things I like about it.
All right, so let's get into these questions.
Mm-hmm.
What was the inspiration for Turning Me On?
Well, Turn Me On was me trying to, like I said earlier, cross soca music over, and it succeeded. So I can't say trying, but you know, the song was done with the intention to make soca music crossover, so to generate a formula that would be the one that makes soca music have that song that would let everybody in the world listen. And you know, at the time I was in a period of do or die as an artist too, because I was in all these bands. I was a noisy kid singing every day. Everybody in the neighborhood hated when I was home because I was yelling all the time trying to practice my voice. I had no vocal trainer. I was training myself. And you know, I was doing all the different voices from Shaggy to my own singing voice. And
So what brought the high pitch? Because we're listening to you now.
so that was my singing voice. You know, my voice has always been that kind of actual range for a singer. I
Okay.
actually worked on it to make it go even higher, but that was one of the reasons I was so noisy, and everybody would tell me, "Boy, why you don't go sing calypso?" You know, because the calypso competitions every year, carnival, they never
Right.
see me like actually doing a solo thing like that. But I was actually in the first ever soca monarch in St. Vincent and the Grenadines that was won by Winston Soso. Y'all shout out Winston Soso right now, big artist
Shout out.
from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He's going through some things, and I want to encourage everybody to donate to help out Winston Soso. Yeah, but so I mean, what I did was basically
Well, before, do you have the link for the donation?
yeah, it's in my phone here.
Okay, is it on your page?
Is it on my page? No, not yet.
Okay.
What I did, I blasted it out on WhatsApp and stuff like that. But I
Okay.
could put it on my page.
Yeah, what
for
we'll do is we'll
everybody
put
to
it
see.
on our website.
Oh,
that
that'd
way,
be awesome.
that way,
That'd be
all of our
awesome. Yeah,
followers
man.
can go ahead and send some love that way.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
So, when I was making the song, I actually made the song the year before in 2000. You know, I had made it like around maybe November, December, October, November, December, those time periods. I wrote the song one weekend. My girlfriend at the time, who was with me, a lot of people from St. Vincent remember when I first started, and the angel was with me. She was singing on stage with me. She was actually my girlfriend at the time, and she was singing calypso. But I sang the song for her. I didn't have it recorded as yet. I had it written on some papers and stuff, and I sang it for her, and she was like, "Yo, it's really good, but you need to write it from the angle of being in a party." So that's where I went back and
Wow.
I wrote, "For the longest time we're jamming in the party, and you're whining on me, pushing everything." And those first few lyrics in the beginning changed the whole story, and I just adjusted everything as I went down. And I mean, I recorded.
So you mastered your own track,
when you say master, what do you
like
mean?
you mix and mastered your own track.
No. That was all Adrian Bailey and Scotty, who's one of the one of my teachers in school.
Uh-huh.
He taught me in school integrated science.
He was in the bad squad.
And yeah. Oh, Scotty, around with Scotty still. And he's actually a well qualified engineer. I think he did his studies in Barbados. He actually studied to be an engineer. He was the one who actually mixed the first version of Turn Me On. That's on the Vincy Jam City. But, you know, I recorded, I went in with the song and presented it to Adrian Bailey. But actually before that, shout out Abijah, who is a calypsonian from St. Vincent. He actually, because I was working at the customs at the time, and I was a junior customs officer, and he actually said to me, "Yo, you know, your singing is good, your songs are good. Why you stop singing? You should go back and sing again next year." And that's what prompted me now to go and search for a producer to do these songs. Because
Right.
the year before 2000, which was 99, I put out some songs that didn't do too well.
Right.
So I skipped 2000 and took a rest, was focusing on working at the customs and stuff like that. And then he was like, yo, you know, you shouldn't stop. You should keep going. And his encouragement as somebody who's influential in St. Vincent music said, yo, you know what, let me try again. And I went and I asked around and I met Fireman, who's real close to me because I was doing back vocals for him when his first Soca Monarch and dancing on stage with the dance because I'm a dancer too. I was in a dance group with my uncles.
I saw Niki. We'll talk about Niki. I seen you in your little moves. I seen you in your moves.
Little moves now because I haven't danced like that in a long time. But you know, that is how the whole chain of events happen. You know, my girlfriend at the time told me write it from this angle instead. And then Abijah was like, yo, Kevin, you need to go back again. And I had the songs written, so I was like, let me find out who's the best for you. He tell me, yo, it's just the quality. I forget better quality. Fireman told me, yo, it's Adrian Bailey, man. Adrian Bailey's who recording the best quality right now. He's who doing all them songs.
He's the man. He's the thing. Yeah,
so, yo, I just went to Adrian and walked with my money. You know, I got some sponsors from my dance group, from my banks and stuff that I had relationship with. They would always give little money to the artists for Carnival.
Wow,
so
man.
you could put the name on your CD when you're giving out your CD and thing. Put their
Think
logo.
about what it would be like if they did stuff like that here. Can you imagine?
The communities here are too big. You know, it's like it's not as closely knit as a Caribbean community. It's not as trusted either. And you know, it's not.
But imagine if it was. Wouldn't that be a beautiful thing?
It would be a beautiful thing, you know, that anybody can actually go to a bank and talk to them and have them give them a little donation for something, you know. And
exactly.
that is exactly what I did, you know. Even shout out Keith Boye, who was my manager after the song came out. He actually sponsored me as well, gave me some money with BMC agencies in St. Vincent to get the song recorded. And then I put the rest of the money, which was a little bit more than half of it, to get the 2 songs recorded. So I spent like probably $1,000 or $1,500 EC dollars, and today I'm a millionaire.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow, man.
Shout out to all my Vinci people.
Okay, so when we're off air, can I go to that bank? Because that's where the magic happens.
Right.
Is that where the magic happens? All right. Shout out to Ruben Carballo. Happy birthday, brother. He says, man, let me tell you what. It's crazy. I'm sitting here chilling at home watching this guy that ruined my life. Dang you, Kevin Lyttle. So 17 years later, after dancing to Turn Me On to Cha-Cha, we are still kicking and much in love. Huh? Dedicating. Oh, yeah, dedicating. Excuse me. What did I say?
Dancing.
Oh, dancing. Oh, excuse me. Dedicating. 17 years after dedicating Turning Me On. So he dedicated that song to his wife now.
Oh, okay.
And 17 years later, they're together.
Well, congratulations, man. That's awesome.
He said you ruined his life.
But yo, she gave you that good wine, you know. Turn Me On is a song that creates memories, man. I mean, even for me, I had some memorable times when I got that song performing, you know.
Let me tell you.
Hey, when I'm up in the clubs and people know Kevin Lyttle, all the girls all over me. And those girls will give you some memorable wine to Turn Me On.
Yeah. Why do you think I started learning the Caribbean way very quickly at a young age? Very quickly. It was amazing, man. Between that and Two Live Crew, we went crazy over here.
Yeah, and then, you know, there was the people that always telling me, oh, you know, especially in Canada, they were like, yo, you know, that I got married because of that. I got babies because of that song. You know, my first baby,
Isn't it weird, like hearing somebody say, like, I had intercourse to your song?
Yeah, all of that. All of that. It's just
like my voice was what inspired you. Okay, you know what? This conversation's got to end here.
Yeah, but you know, it's like, hey, you know, I'm honored and I'm always humbled to know that I've touched people in that way. That I've done something that has actually
impacted.
And it transcends time, because now it's been since 2001 from the Caribbean standpoint, where I started working the record. And, you know, I went through a lot of hurdles. You know, there was the time in the Caribbean where everybody was saying, yo, this one song, because, like, you know, in the Caribbean, it's not like, yo, you could come with one song one year and don't come with more the next year. You know,
Right.
they want it from you every time. But my focus was to cross over. You know, because I knew that the being just a star in the Caribbean is not gonna get me the type of wealth and
100%.
income that I would get from music.
Right.
You know, so
And you had an education on your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
knew what you wanted.
well, you know, that's one of the things that actually really helped me out. You know, I made sure that I controlled the publishing for my song. So on to this day, everything that has to do with the publishing of the record, I am the boss on that.
That's
get all
amazing.
my publishing and royalties.
Because earlier on, you had signed on with a record label, according to Wikipedia, and then now you're almost independent, correct?
Well, I am independent.
100% independent,
100% independent.
which is the way to go, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I have even my own distribution company.
Right.
And I'm working on a lot of other things, like I was saying, with apps and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, my thing is now, at my current stage in life, I want to be more than just a musician. I want to be more into being an entrepreneur, similar to what Puffy and Jay-Z and those cats are doing here in
Right.
America. I want to do that in the Caribbean because, you know, my name brings some presence internationally and locally in the Caribbean, and there's things I can do, you know. I have the income and the back end to actually really start to do other projects. So I'm pursuing other aspects of my dreams, which was being involved in technical stuff. So I'm really working on an app right now for food delivery in the Caribbean, and that is actually being prepped right now to launch in St. Vincent and St. Lucia. I have operators in Dominica, St. Kitts, Jamaica, Trinidad, all these islands getting ready to launch the project.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but you know, prior to this, I was in the Coast Guard. So I got to go to St. Vincent. I got to see like the real deal of St. Vincent. I pretty much my buddy Burke, who's still in. Shout out to Burke, Mr. CEO. He actually dropped a song called Freedom in the Bahamas.
Okay.
And he understands, and he was explaining to me, he's like, look, the song went really well here in the Bahamas, and it's stretched over to Virginia and a few other places, but it's hard to get that distribution to cross over.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I got a really strong viewing of the island life. You know, I spent like a good 6 years.
Well, you see, the thing is that the
traveling island to
Caribbean
island.
music has been, whether it be Latin or dancehall or soca, it's all been looted by the mainstream.
100%.
It's been looted, and we ourselves, we have, you know, for want of having the mainstream come into our stuff to help us do better with it and make more money from our craft, a lot of the times we've allowed ourselves to be looted.
Diluted as well.
Yeah, diluted and looted. You know,
Yeah.
they've taken our music and call it all kind of different things and put all kind of different labels on it. But soca is soca, dancehall is dancehall, reggae is reggae. You know, you're taking our formulas and stuff and running with it. But you know, we have a lot of issues in the world these days.
Yeah.
And not just COVID-19, but the issue of racism, which has been brought to the light even more now because of
100%.
cameras and stuff. And
Which is a great thing. I'm just hoping that we do more than just the marches. I'm hoping that we change laws, we change legislation, and we make things much better for ourselves, and not just you know, Black Lives Matter, but for all communities, for everyone. Everyone needs that equality, and that's what Black Lives Matter means. They're looking for the equality, and that's what's needed. You know, it's been behind the scenes.
I like when they say all lives can't matter unless Black lives matter.
100%.
You know, and that is a very powerful statement by itself, because I've seen the naysayers and the racist people that are going around and saying all lives matter. But if all lives matter,
then they wouldn't be outcasted.
Why doesn't Black lives matter? You don't treat Black lives like it matters. So how can all life matter?
Right.
You know, so that has been something that I've really tried to keep my brain focused on when I'm talking about stuff like this.
Right.
And when I'm talking about the looting of our music, it is also it's a part of that racist issue that we have been also somewhat not only brainwashed into thinking that it's okay to take our stuff and or it's not even that it's okay, it's that we turn a blind eye. We don't feel like we could do anything about it. And that's a part of that helplessness that comes from thinking that somebody else has this power over you and you don't have no power where you're from.
Absolutely.
And that's something I want to prove to be wrong by doing what I'm doing, also by bringing technology that I'm able to do to the Caribbean to show that things like that could happen and make you wealthy as well there, and do stuff there in our local markets that make the type of income that is similar to what the artists make in America.
Right.
Because we have populations, we have the Latin and the West Indies, the Jamaicans, the Haitians.
100%.
We have the population. It is up to us to come together and actually really believe in our people and do things with our people, you know?
100%. 100%. I hope from your mouth to God's ears, man. I hope. I really do. I really also want to see not just the marching, not just the awareness, but the action behind that.
Yeah.
We're always going to have bad people. We're always going to have those negative connoisseurs. We're always going to have those that are very stubborn and it's really hard to break through to them.
Yeah.
But if we can get the majority of the people, that's really what matters. You can deal with a couple rotten apples, but there's just too many right now.
Yeah, man.
There's too much ignorance, I think, is what it is.
Yeah, and I think that especially in places like the Caribbean where there is just so much talent and potential that is being, and again, I have to use the word looted, like it's just being taken and used. And it's been happening to black people in general throughout the years. Rock and roll belongs to us. Pop belongs to us. That's Michael Jackson.
EDM belongs.
EDM.
Yeah.
I mean, and we
look,
don't get the credit in our culture.
In my opinion, music belongs to no one.
But
in my opinion, but that's my opinion, and the reason I believe so is because it's something you have in you. You know, it does, like, music doesn't have a color.
No, it doesn't.
You know,
but racism does, and
absolutely.
Racism affects everything. You can't go around these things. You cannot ignore them, or they will never change. These things are.
I think that the credit is due where the credit is due. 100%, and I'm in agreement with you.
What I'm trying to do is get to the point of this, that one of our biggest problems in these communities in places like the Caribbean and maybe Africa, but maybe not as much, but maybe actually the same, is that we don't want to pay our people. And we got to get over that. We will be quicker to give the money to an outsider than to give the money to a local person. We will be quicker to spend $1 million to bring in an outside artist than to spend it on your local stars that are pulling out the same amount of people. Even if you bring an outside artist and they bring in 20,000 people into a park and pack it up, you put 10 local stars on a show, they will bring the same 20,000, but you will take most of the money and pocket it as the promoter and pay the local stars small money. You might pay a total of $50,000 when your whole show generated $1 million.
Yeah. And
then if it was somebody from outside who did it, you would give that person sometimes more than half of all that money that was made. And these things have to be fixed, because now that is what is causing a lot of the poverty in our regions and the respect for the arts. You know, because of that lack of respect among our people, for people who are contributing performing arts, media, in that type of work, there is the lack of income for them because we don't believe that their work is worth it a lot of the times, and that needs to stop. There's also the issue, and that trickles over into radio, where radio in the Caribbean, most of the money goes out to the international artists than stays for the local artists in all the islands, basically, because they play so much hip-hop and R&B and rap, and I don't have a problem with them playing it, but it's just you have to balance it.
Of course, but here's a question for you. Do you think that because the international standard has been set to a bar where the islands haven't been able to reach it, or it's not fathomable for the islands? For example, you know, the go-to here is Pro Tools, right? But in professional studios, you know, they're running Genelacs, they're running a lot of, you know, Vincent boards, etc. These things cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And when I went there, the studios weren't equipped like that. The power is not even equipped like that.
Well, if you're talking about the stations that run the place that are playing the music that is actually paying royalties, they're very equipped because they make a lot of money in ads.
But what I'm saying is,
you have 4 stations, right?
Right.
On an island.
But the stations aren't recording the artists there. The recording artists are recording the artists, and we're requesting, that we keep the money locally. But if they don't have the equipment to supply at an easier demand for everyone, doesn't that make it a little difficult for the artists as well? Does that make sense?
Equipment?
So for what I'm saying is
I'm
saying I'm an artist in let's just say the Bahamas, okay? We're just going to give it the Bahamas. I'm an artist in the Bahamas, and I'm looking for a recording studio to record my music. It's not easily accessible.
No, recording studios are accessible all over the world now, man. The Caribbean is one of the main places you could find recording studios everywhere. Listen to me, some of my biggest hits were recorded in a room with a cushion on the wall and no separate room for the mic right there, and a 1 track or a 2 track, no Pro Tools, Logic, maybe Cubase, maybe something else that you never heard
Right.
of, reason something else.
But you don't think that that's
nothing
an issue, though?
complicated. No, I don't think it's an issue. I think if a song is good,
It's
with
good.
the kind of equipment that is out there digitally now, you can make a song. You can get all the plugins that sound like SSL and Neve and all these companies now
Right.
via digital sound
Media.
you know what
Right.
I'm saying? You don't need to have anything crazy. Recording has changed. We could record a song here right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure. So
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I'll pull out the UA audio right now. We'll do this thing.
yeah, that's not the problem in the Caribbean. The Caribbean market, when music is concerned, soca alone is generating $1 billion a year.
Yeah, well, soca's
So
hold on.
you-
Soca over the last 4 years, I want to say about 4 years, has developed into something way crazy.
Yeah, to the point where you have Afro
Because-
soca now. The Afro beat
Yes.
is crossing with the soca,
And I love
because
it.
they're very
doing
similar.
a Brazilian thing too now. I
Yeah.
don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, because the song is very similar. It's a song
Yeah.
of carnival. That type of fast, up-tempo, energetic, vibesy kind of beat that
Yeah.
just tell you get on bad wave, your rag, wine pan a gal. That is soca. It's all about happiness. And what I'm trying to say is this. The radios and stuff, all of them have the equipment. The radios are making hundreds of thousands of dollars per year.
And they're
in
not giving it
ads,
back.
And they're not, some of them don't want to pay. And some of the collection societies, they have faults. And these are things that need to be organized. The governments of the Caribbean have not focused on it because, there's the little bit of issues of whether it be corruption, for want of a better word, or anything else like
Right.
that. There's always those issues in a community. But if we want to advance as people, we got to come together. The artists got to come together. They got to be more organized and fight and talk and
Be
form
proactive
be
in this.
proactive and not support stations that aren't paying you. Because what is happening too in our regions is that everybody is hyped. Oh, when your music play on the radio, you're the biggest thing.
Right.
But if that's the case, where's your big house, your big mansion, your income every month? And
No, where's the mutual respect for
Yeah.
the hard work and dedication you put into it?
Yeah. But this is what I'm saying. It all equivocates. Being popular and getting a song play on the radio is not what it's about. It's about actually having revenue, passive income generated from music, because that's one of the biggest part of the music industry, the passive income.
Right.
That's why labels have been wealthy for ages, because when labels sign you up, labels take a lot of your passive income, your
100%.
publishing royalties, they take a lot of it, and if you're not smart about it, they railroad
you'll be drained before you finish.
Yeah, but
You think you have money because they gave you money that you didn't have before, and then all of a sudden you owe a bunch of taxes, and now you're negative, and you own to them for the rest of your life as long as you have a voice. And no matter what you do, you can't dig yourself out of that hole.
yeah, you get caught in the hype. It's still you get
Yeah.
caught in the hype
Yeah.
of the pretty cars and the pretty girls and the
And everything
bottles
else.
and but you can't get caught in that. The fame is not what it's mainly about. It's about getting the business done, and that part of it needs to be really pushed more in the Caribbean, because I said it the other day on an interview before. I said, no artist in the Caribbean who has a hit song on radio should be broke the next year. Because the way that the copyright system work is that they collect from the year before,
Right.
and then like 6-7 months after, you start seeing money. So
Royalty
by
monies.
next carnival, you should be seeing checks.
100%.
You know, you should be seeing checks from the year before paying you.
But they're not getting that.
But you're not getting it because guess what? All the radio stations are taking all the ads money and putting it in their pocket, and none of it is coming out to pay the artists and stuff like that. So, yeah.
That's real talk with Kevin Lyttle right there, man. If you guys aren't paying attention to this, you definitely should. It's something happening in the music industry for a long time, and it needs the awareness. It really does. So with that being said, we just dropped Niki.
Oh yeah, boy. Niki.
Hey.
Yeah, man. Shout out DJ Slim, French DJ from Dubai. Shout out Slim.
Yeah, I added Slim to our repertoire here, and we're starting following him and everything, and he's doing his thing.
Yeah, man.
I'd never heard of Slim until your record.
Yeah, man. He's doing a lot of the big clubs in Dubai. You know,
Dubai's crazy. Man. Dubai, that's where the money's at. You know, Kevin, you gotta take me to Dubai, man. You gotta take me to Dubai.
Yo, Slim, shout out Slim.
Slim. I can cut. I got plenty of gear. We'll go over there. We'll do our thing. I heard the regular Honda over there is a Lamborghini. Is that true? Come on.
Yo, it might be a Bugatti.
Like over here, the Honda is a BMW. In Dubai, it's a Lamborghini.
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
So different.
It's crazy in Dubai, man. Yo, they take you around in fully loaded BMWs, 7 Series, like taxis. You know, so
like tax. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Shout out to what was her name? Oh man, it's slipping my mind now. It's another DJ. She just DJ'd in Dubai. You know, female DJs are up and the rising, and it's awesome to see, man. It's awesome to see. She's also from the Caribbean. Oh man, what's her name? Oh, it's slipping my mind. Anyways, let's talk about Niki. So you're in the beginning of this video. Actually, you know what, Sandy, we ready to play that video? All right, take a look right here. Here we go.
Slim, yo.
Hello, Kevin.
Yo, man, where you guys at?
We're on the boat. We're leaving already.
Yo, you left? Yo, you left me, man? Yo, they left us. They left us, yo.
Girl, the way you know what you do to me, you're driving me. Girl, when you bend, you get 10 out of 10. 10, I just see where that you bend, you get 10 out of 10. Listen, Niki. Wind back your waist and grind for me, dicky like Niki. When you kiss me on my neck, girl, you giving me a hickey like. Her mama never let her come to a stage show, so it's the first time she see Kevin Lyttle. So when me tell her wine and bend down low, I never knew that girl could have wine so. So surprisingly, she pushed it back on me. Her waistline rubbery, like a snake in the time. Girl, when you bend, you get 10 out of 10. 10, you just see where that you bend, you get 10 out of 10. Listen, Niki. Wind back your waist and grind for me, dicky like Niki. Kiss me on my neck, girl, you giving me a hickey like. When I go down like she doing the limbo, then she come up and bend and touch her toe. Her bumper start to do the staccato, left and right just a jump and a bubble. So surprisingly, she push it back on me. Her waistline rubbery, like a snake in the time. Girl, when you bend, you get 10 out of 10. 10, you just see where that you bend, you get 10 out of 10. Listen, Niki. Wind back your waist and grind for me, dicky like Niki. When you kiss me on my neck, girl, you giving me a hickey like Niki, girl, you so fine, you blow my mind, Niki. Yeah, Niki. Niki, girl, you can whine when you whine, you blow my mind, Niki. Yeah, Niki. Hey, Niki, you so fine when you whine. when you blow my mind, hey Niki, yeah Niki, hey Niki, girl you so fine when you blow my mind, hey Niki, yeah Niki, hey Niki, you so fine when you blow my mind. Niki, girl you so fine when you blow my mind, hey Niki, yeah Niki, hey Niki, girl you so fine when you blow my mind, hey Niki, yeah Niki, hey Niki, 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 hey Niki, 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 hey Niki, 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 Niki. Wind back your waist and grind for me, Niki, like hey Niki, 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 hey Niki, 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 hey Niki, 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 Niki. When you kiss me on me neck, girl, you giving me a hickey like.
Well, we're back. What do you think, man? Everybody, big round of applause. That Niki boy. So what would you do, like a remix with Nicki Minaj?
Hell yeah. all that body in the video going Niki,
Niki.
Niki.
Kevin, you a trip.
And she Trini too. Oh,
Yeah. Oh boy.
yeah.
Oh,
But
boy.
yo, shout out my studio, Executive Studio, which is across the way from you.
Yep. Right
That's where-
down the corner.
Yeah, right down the corner there. And my studio next door is where that song was recorded. And it was a really fun record to do. Shout out DJ Slim, sent the beat over to me. From I heard the beat, I was like, yo, you know about this kind of music.
Where'd you get this slow? Where'd you get this at? Huh?
Yeah, so and that's I listened to it and I was like, yo, this is a hit. I'm gonna make something out of this.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. So
Yeah.
it's on its way up,
Yeah.
and it's moving. It's
yeah,
moving.
man, yeah, man,
I
yeah,
saw
man.
the numbers, man. It's moving.
Yeah, it's going. I'm not really.
You know,
I'm
the
not
only
even-
thing that I'm upset about is it's not on Spotify.
Yes, it is.
I could not find it on Spotify.
You pull up Spotify right now. We got to fix that. It's on Spotify.
Yeah, I want to say yesterday I went to go on it,
Mhm.
and I could not find it.
How did you spell Niki?
Niki.
No, Nikki.
Yeah, I followed it from YouTube, so I probably put 2 Ks. But either way, it should have came up with at least the 1 K.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. You're making me have to go look.
We'll check it after.
That would be a
We'll check it.
failure in distribution because
That-
I saw it like a week ago. So
That's
I don't know
crazy.
what's going on.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
All right.
man.
So you know how reggae and dance hall down here in the early 2000s
Yeah.
was like super popular, and
Yeah.
like most of us DJs throw back a lot of the throwbacks because that's where we're gonna go to. Besides, Sarani and Popcorn and a few other artists, and then unless we go into I want to say the soca or Caribbean world, it's gonna dance hall in general is not the same now as it was back then.
Yeah.
Do you think that has an opportunity to cross back over?
Yeah, well, I think what's happened, is that dancehall music for a long time too, Jamaica itself kind of took for granted the power of the dancehall music. I think that dancehall music should have been very more well taken care of, the same way they celebrated their reggae, because dancehall is a derivative of reggae music.
Right.
And I feel like Jamaica, and big up Jamaica, I love Jamaica, but I feel like the government and stuff of Jamaica needed to do more in the earlies when that music was shutting and really, really running the world, and it still is until today, so the opportunity is still there, but I don't feel like enough nurturing was done around the champions of the music,
Right.
There's a lot of great stars, like I saw the other day they honored Sizzler, which was something I really was happy for, because you don't see that happening a lot for dancehall artists, even soca artists, it's really not something that's done in the Caribbean. That, soca music needs to be up there and really celebrated by our governments, our ministries of culture and all of that. In the islands, they need to really help more with these genres of music that come out from our region. I can understand that our region's poor and money is not there for this and that and But the things that actually are working for us, which is from our culture, from our soul, we need to pay more attention to them. Which is one of the reasons now why you see dancehall is going through this phase of up and down, where because the older ones who really did it and really created the timeless records, you know, they weren't really they nurtured the way, you know, the award shows, the dancehall award shows, the soca award shows. These things weren't nurtured enough and given enough respect to give the artist that certain type of prestige that is still needed today for the younger ones coming up to have. It's a certain type of look that the younger ones need to have towards the older ones and say, yo, what he did there, I want to do it, but I'm going to do it my way. Right now, a lot of them doing it, but they ain't doing it. They ain't doing it the way that these cats did it. They're not doing it better. Let me put it that way. They're keeping it better.
They're keeping it to where it was, but they didn't take it further.
They
didn't evolve it.
They're not evolving it, and that's because of the fact that they're not really referencing the hits from people like, for example, Vegas, Sean Paul, whose cats that have been doing it since the later to early 2000s, and Vegas even further back, you know, people like General Degree, them was foundation dancehall artists that had Mad Cobra, who have a kind of song, Ninja Man, Shabba, them man who created like hits that unto this day, you play a Shabba, you play a Mr. Vegas, you play you play a Sean Paul.
Yeah, no, these are songs that are never gonna die.
The dance song going rock.
It's a playlist that I have in my own crates, and it's got all of that. It's got Kevin Lyttle in there. You know, it's got Shabba Ranks. It's got
Spraga Benz.
Yes.
Shout out my brethren Spraga. Yo.
It's got Benji. It's got everybody
Beanie
in
Man,
there.
Bonty.
100.
You know, the reference, the reference back to what was done before is not as it's not a focus. It's not a focus in the right way.
Right.
You know, they kind of strain from that, and hence the hooks, the songs that make you want to jump up and just hold a girl and whine, and it bring back a memory to you, like, yo, that song there. You know what I'm saying?
100.
Yeah.
You get that energy. You get that fire.
Yeah,
you
that
get
energy,
fire.
that fire, man.
That's that party music that she was talking about.
Yeah,
that
man.
party music.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, so there it is. You heard it from Kevin Lyttle, man. That's you can't say it any better than that. All right, here's a big one for you. Who is like the artist you would love to work with right now? Who's like the artist that you look and you're like, man, he or she is really, really good?
Man, she's really good, man. Megan Thee Stallion, man.
Megan?
Megan is just
that's
really,
your your go-to?
Yeah. Yo.
Okay, but is it for the music or is it is it for other reasons?
That's why I said her, though, because I know this was gonna happen. Yeah, but shout out her, man. She's a very good artist. I was listening to one.
Are you sure you captured by the music though?
I'm captured by everything. She's the full package, bro.
Oh man,
she's the full package, yeah.
Wow, man.
She's the package.
All right, so let's say Megan walks in right now. What would be? Do you have like an idea of something that you would want to do with her?
Man, I come up with things on the fly. Like, yo, remember that song I did with Maya, Boom Boom?
Oh yes.
Yo, that record.
How was it working with Maya?
Yo, it was crazy.
She's super humble, man. She's like really, really. She's soft spoken. She's really like calm.
And we did that in Papua New Guinea. We actually came up with the idea because she was so cool. I sit down, me and her talk.
Yeah.
We vibe, and she's just really humble and nice, man. So much so that she's close friends with my wife. Close friends with me, somewhat.
Beautiful.
You know, we talk back and forth still, you know, and she's very deserving of her stature and respect and just her success. I
wish she would come out with more tracks, to be honest with you.
Yo, she got a Grammy the other day. She got a Grammy, right?
Yeah.
For that last album, and yo, congratulations to her, man.
I just want to hear her more.
I was so happy for her.
I really do. I want to hear her more. She's got her voice is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's angelic.
But the thing about her, she is her voice too. You know, the person that's there is very angelic, very cool, very approachable, very lovable. Like you want to hug my.
Yeah.
Like, when she talking, you want to hug my, because she's got that kind of energy, and spirit. But when I met her and we started talking, and I was like, yo, we got to do a song together. And she was like, yeah, cool, come up with something, you know? And right there,
Boom.
I was like, yo, you know, I got this idea. If loving you is a crime.
Yo, my
I
God.
would do
Chills.
the
I just
thing
got
to
chills.
get
I
that
just got
boom, boom.
chills.
And we were in a transport that was taking us to the sound check and stuff from the hotel in Papua New Guinea.
Uh-huh.
And yo, we just clicked, vibe with it, and we flew. When we got back to America a few months after, I wrote most of the song, and I flew to DC where she was, and the producer, actually, I flew him up from Jersey, Parry Jack. Shout out Parry Jack with Vincy producer. Shout out the Vincy producers, them, you know. Parry Jack, I flew him up too, and we went by Maya's crib and went in her studio and finished writing and recording the song right there with her. You know, she was just so humble and cool and vibesy. She gave me a lot of vegan food.
Now I know how she stays fit. I got to stop eating pastelitos and croquetas.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh,
So
my
that's
goodness.
a cool vibe, man. Yeah.
Who's your favorite artist to work with?
I don't know.
I'm digging in, man. I'm digging in.
I don't really have a favorite, you know, because my thing is you can always find something good.
Okay,
So-
but who do you like? Who's your go-to?
Who's my go-to to work with?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Like you
there's
just
a
have that
few,
vibe.
There's
You
a
know, like
few,
you
I
have
mean,
that.
Like me and Skinny Fabulous have a good vibe, you know, because
Okay.
I've done songs with Skinny in the past and they've always been bangers, you know what I mean? Allison Hines, good energy, great person to do music with.
Okay.
Very smart, very learned,
I could
and
see that.
experience in the music industry.
I could see that.
Who else can I think about right now? Is a cool cat to work with, Beanie Man. I did a record with Beanie Man. Beanie Man crazy, yo.
How's Beanie Man doing? Do you know?
Yo,
Like, he's good?
he's good, man.
We got to
Beanie
get
Man-
him into the show, man. That
Beanie
would
is
be
one
awesome.
of the coolest cats in Caribbean music, though. You know, Beanie enjoys his life as a artist in the music industry, and not a lot of us do it like Beanie. Like
Yeah.
Beanie, I went to Jamaica for Beanie's show, his concert. He brought me in for that. And Beanie picked me up in his car and he took me everywhere to all his cribs. He took me to his crib. Yo, massive crib, Beanie. He took me in. Said, yo, let's record a song right away. We just record. Yo,
you know
Beanie
who's-
just cool, you know.
you know
and then,
who's-
yo, and then the other part of the story. Now I get to Beanie show. Mr. Vegas vexed with me because I didn't shout him soon as I touched down.
No.
Because when Beanie got me, I can't. Yo, you can't. When Beanie Man has got you, I'm
boom.
rolling with you.
You
it's
just
like,
go.
yo.
You just go.
You just.
What about-
about?
What about Elephant Man? He's a character, man.
Yeah, Ellie is the problem, brother.
He's a character.
Elephant Man is the problem.
He's-
Not an easy fella to deal with. Shout out Elephant Man.
Yo, you did it like perfect, man. One more time. One more for Elephant Man.
She's my nigga. Can't come on, you have to put me in a brother. You can't just come to the mic. Yeah.
No, and then he gets, and then like he's like 1 minute here, and then he's like 100 miles an hour a second later.
Oh yeah, Elephant Man is the energy god, and he ain't got that name for no reason, huh?
Yo,
Serious energy man. Yeah.
Like I don't even, I can't keep up with him. I can't keep up with. If I had to
Shout out
interview
the
him,
Elephant Man.
it'd be like Elephant Man here, da, ba, sa, ba, da, 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 and then he would just like, go off, and then I'd be like, all right, bye. He'd be out. He'd be out the door.
Elephant is one of the baddest vocals in dancehall, though. Him and Capleton are two of the wickedest vocalists in dancehall, because it's two men that can really go up and down with their voice, and you don't even understand what happened. Elephant Man, log on and step and log on, and then he go,
Yes.
and then he go. You'll be like, wait. Elephant Man go from falsetto to crazy high to crazy low, and yo, he's got a lot of dynamics, and so does Capleton, man. The real Boba Dread in the business. You know what I say?
I find him to be a phenomenal hype man, like super, like, you know, you have to have him on that record, you know, Pandi River, Pandi Boat, you know, and he just, and then he like you said, he could drop his voice and he gets down.
Yeah.
And it's really, really cool, but it's a different style.
Yeah.
It's a very unique niche style.
Yeah, but you see, that is what the younger cats coming up have to emanate, because what I learned coming up in my day, listening even to people like Elephant Man when he was with Monster Shock and all these different crews, singers and artists, Bounty, Beanie, what I noticed is that everybody had their own unique sound that no matter what you do, you could never really sound like or imitate or make them or be better than them. Even look at Bounty and Merciless. Merciless sounded like him, but at the end of the day,
I thought Bounty had. I think
because Bounty was the original, and it always pays to be original. Originality is one of the. It's like probably 80%. I would probably say 99%. Of what you need to become a successful artist in the world.
100%. 100%. I mean, artistry has, in my opinion, has taken a back road on a lot of things because people are sounding a lot the same.
Yeah.
A lot, especially in Spanish music, in like reggaeton. You know, it's getting to a point where it's almost annoying to hear because every artist has auto-tune on their voice, or they have like a sound behind it, and it's the same rhythm, and there's no uniqueness to it. I mean, the only unique artist that can really stand out to me in reggaeton is, and it's tough to say, but it's Bad Bunny. You know, he's just
Bad
got
Bunny.
You know, he sounds like he's falling asleep on the record, you know?
Yeah.
I just like, Bad Bunny, Bad Bunny.
Yo, it's a style, brother. That's a style.
You know, and it's cool. Like, it's his thing, though.
They call it sliding. You know, he slides from one note to the other. Bad Bunny, bye, bye, bye. It's a slider. That's actually a sort of technique in singing that even some of the great professionals make sure they try to master.
Like I said, he's an artist. He's got his own sound. But when I think of like artistry, I'm Bruno Mars. You know what I mean? Like he plays monstrous instruments.
Crazy.
He's got a very unique twist on things. He brought old school mixed with new school. He fused a lot of things.
Yeah.
He can go on almost any track. That's artistry. You know, in female world, you know, you think of people like you know, Mariah Carey back in the day, and then you think of like new school artists, even oh my God, Alicia Keys. You know, she's still coming out with tracks, and she's got that uniqueness to her soul, her, you know, her heart gets poured into these tracks, and there's a lot of artistry built into it. You know, I don't know. Things have kind of changed a lot in the music industry, and I'm just hoping that 2021 is going to be amazing because there's a lot of artists sitting at home creating artistry right now. There's the hunger.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But you see, the thing is that
I think the hunger is what brings out a lot of artists.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, though, the way the playing field has been leveled now, if your stuff is good, it's good. If it's not good, it's not good, and you're gonna know because there ain't nobody shielding nothing anymore. Everything you got to put it out there. You just got to put your soul out there,
right,
and see what comes back at you.
Shout out to Bree. She's a Bahamian, and she's I think she's Bahamian. I'm almost 100%. She's a huge fan of yours. She's a family member of mine. So she told me I had to say something. She says you're one of her favorite soca artists.
Thank you.
And she said, are you coming out with any new songs? So I'm just going to tell you, Niki, if you haven't heard it.
Yeah.
Right?
But right now there's the Bollywood remix of Turn Me On that's really like going crazy. So check it out on my boy DJ Kilogram's page on YouTube.
Yeah, but I got to give a shout out to Slim, man, because I want Slim to take me to Dubai. To Dubai.
Yeah. But now he ain't gonna take you because you can't even remember Dubai now.
No, I remember Dubai. I just have too much going on in my head. That's I got so excited. That's what it was.
Yeah, man, but India, yo, you need to go to India too, man. India is crazy.
That's a culture-filled, like super culture-filled.
And it's a big country, man.
But they don't whine and grind over there.
In India?
They don't whine and grind over there.
Well, you know, could observe a little belly dance or something, you know.
Oh man, it's Trini. Yeah, Trini. All right, so she's Trini.
Okay, shout out to Trini Massive. You
There you
don't
go.
know. Big up Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and
All right.
Tobago.
She's family. I don't even know. See, so you expect me to memorize countries and stuff, and I can't even remember her, where she's from? It's crazy.
Yeah, man. And yo, we got a actual Latin super remix of Turn Me On coming. Shout out my boy Alex Sensation, who's behind that project.
Really
Yeah,
dope.
got a big project coming with a lot of big Latin stars on it. So
I would love to put you with
Yeah.
Oba Frank Lords. He was on the show last. Oba
Frank
Frank.
Lords.
Yeah.
I know that person. I know that name.
He is a phenomenal drummer, and he's got a very African flow. He would learn
I
from an
met him.
African drummer. He's the gentleman who came out with Oscar G, and they created the track Dark Beat. That's their most well known track, I would say. After that, he's got like a bunch of songs. He was on the last episode. I want to put you in contact with him because his Caribbean drums that
Yeah.
he's able to create
Yeah.
on a track for you, I think that you guys would be able to create a masterpiece.
All right, man. Well, yo, let's do it.
I just
Yeah.
have this image in my head
Link me
with
up.
your vocals.
Link
Yeah,
me
for
up,
sure.
link me up.
Definitely. His studio is right around the corner, too. He's 10 minutes, you're 10 minutes. We're like, just make it happen.
Listen, right now we
I'm
got
centrally located in the heart of Kendall.
we got lots of new tracks coming too. There's a new track with me and Skinny Fabulous that's being prepped to come. There's a track with me and Sonna Relay,
Okay.
who's a really big UK artist, and she's very beautiful too. My God, beautiful woman. She's on this track with me. So, yo, we got some music coming. So stick around. You know, keep paying attention to Kevin Little. All my
So
fans, I got new music coming.
The best
too.
way to follow your music is on your SoundCloud.
Well,
Or, I mean, on your
anywhere music is sold, SoundCloud, and even on Instagram, because I'll be posting my songs up and letting
Spotify?
people know.
Like, they can
Everything,
follow you?
All my music is on Spotify. Something is wrong with your app. You need to.
Yeah,
check it.
I'm gonna go.
Take it to the app doctor. Something's wrong. Maybe delete it.
You're developing some apps. Why don't you go over there and figure it out, man? Is
Because
that
right now, I guarantee you, I could pull up Spotify and play the song for you. All right. So we gotta fix that.
we definitely got to fix that.
I gotta prove you wrong right now.
I'm telling
man,
you.
'cause there's
Either
no
way, we're gonna follow Kevin Little on
Yeah.
Spotify. Where
Yeah.
can they follow you?
Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, anywhere music is sold. I mean, my
There it is.
distribution distributes to like over 600 stores worldwide.
So if you want it, you can find it.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
Unless you
man.
have my app, then it's not working. A shout out to Jose Rodriguez. He's in the house. Kevin Little, man. If you're just tuning in right now, Kevin Little in the studio. There it is.
That's Spotify.
There it is. Right then and there.
Niki. Yeah, I don't know how you can find it.
It's tripping.
Yeah, you're tripping, man.
I don't know.
Hey,
It's tripping.
Niki.
And you know what's crazy too is I'm part of all the record pulls. Like I have every single record pull.
Yeah?
Every single one.
Man, that's a big bill every month, man. It's a
It's-
light bill.
It's it's interesting. You know, being on the radio, we have a lot of in connects with a lot of the record pulls.
Oh, okay. So you get it for free.
No, I don't always get it for free, but I probably play about $2,000 a month in record pulls.
What?
But I should be paying more. There's a lot of music that I get
What?
sent to me.
Man, that's a house.
Um,
That's a house every month, man.
with no income
No
coming
judgment.
in,
No judgment, dog.
with no income coming in the business side, obviously. You know, Pass the Mic was brought afterwards. You know, when COVID hit. I've always wanted to do it,
Yeah.
and then we finally decided. You know, I have a lot of mutual friends, and
I gotta get me a radio too. I gotta get me a radio show.
we'll set you up, man.
Get me-
I'll set you up. I will set you up. I need some income. But yeah, I mean, listen, literally right now, we're losing about $14,000 every 2 months.
Oh man,
So
yeah, that's crazy.
we need
I
more
mean,
subscribers.
It's hitting. You know, the COVID-19 pandemic and all the things around it has hit a lot of people around the world in a hard way. You know, people in the music industry are going through it a lot as well.
Yeah.
You know, especially new cats that just came out and haven't really gotten their feet planted yet, that was just about to start getting things set up. it's really put a dampener on a lot of people's career too.
We got Don De Niro coming in, and he's an independent artist, and he's helping a lot of artists in independent artist, relations getting started and how to, get their feet wet in it. So shout out to him. He should be in on the 23rd, I believe, right? Sandy, if I got that right. So
Don
23rd.
De Niro.
That was a little plug. And man, what we got to do is we got to get all these artists together. Shout out to Fat Man Scoop. Fat Man Scoop is also we're in talks. Hopefully, I don't want to give out too much information, but we got some good artists that we're linking up with, and it all starts with one, really. I think that's how it all happens. It kind of just trickles down. And like I said, our circles are just so, knit tight.
Yeah.
We did the setup for you at the culinary school. Sandy,
right.
help me out. Johnson and Wills. Yeah, we did the setup for you at Johnson and Wills.
That was the last show I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
So I got the pictures and video.
I remember that with Hercules.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Hercules, my friend too, man.
Yeah, so we got all the we got all the setups and stuff. So I'll show you to the studio afterwards.
Okay,
we'll see
man.
the real thing afterwards.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, so here we go. Let's get into the hot topics. You ready?
Yeah, of course.
Hot topics. All right, you got a little insight of Kevin Lyttle. If you missed it, don't worry about it. You'll be able to catch it afterwards. Okay, you can catch it afterwards. It replays immediately right when we're done. Please subscribe to our channel. That's the only way we can bring income to the studio and keep everything going. We want to give you guys prizes. We want to give the artists as much as we can. And we really want to be able to bring in everybody that you guys want to see. So shout out to Kevin Lyttle and everybody on Instagram. What's up to you guys?
Yeah, man. Shout out, I'm classy. She's saying we always at JWU.
There you go.
Johnson
There you
and
go.
Wills. So big up. Yeah, man.
All right. So you have two sons. And here this is gonna hit close to home. Florida has announced that it will require schools to reopen in-person classes for fall. Basically with the whole hot thing that's going on right now, President Trump has said that he is going to cut the funding if schools don't open, and there's a lot of talk around things. So before we get into that, Sandy, can we unplug that? And I want Kevin to be able to hear it because it's hilarious. So there's a comedian called Eddie B Comedy. He's a teacher, and he comes up with all this funny stuff. So we're going to play that clip for you.
I guess they say we start school in the fall. I'm not sure I'm ready to go back to school. Nobody concerned about the health and safety of the teachers. Fall is annual flu season, and it's the teachers who annually get it from the kids. Teachers are just innocent bystanders walking around getting sneezed on. So what I'm gonna do if I have a fever? Call in warm. The flu and COVID-19 gonna be playing paper, rock, scissors on which campus to bother first. One district say they gonna have half the kids in the morning and half the kids in the evening. And I say the district is half crazy if they think that's gonna work. Parents gonna be complaining about child care. They already think we babysitters. So basically going back to school in the fall is one big experiment. They're gonna use teachers and the students as the guinea pigs. Enrollment is gonna be at an all-time low because a lot of parents gonna let these kids come back. A lot of teachers don't want to come back. And teachers that do come back gonna have to change their whole wardrobe. I went to the mall yesterday to get a watch to match my hazmat suit. Y'all gonna force me to fill out an application elsewhere. I went to Target and I saw school supplies. I asked to speak to a manager. I just need to know one question. Why? Everybody act like the pandemic that went on vacation. I'm staying at home. Bored is the new healthy. They need to put an asterisk by the year 2020 because these are sure enough different times.
He's hilarious, man. You gotta watch him. You gotta watch him.
Crazy.
He's got a channel on YouTube, Eddie B Comedy. Hilarious. He's got shows and everything. Shout out to Eddie B. Hilarious.
That's crazy.
Too funny.
Get a watch to match my.
He went in.
He's right though. I mean, it's crazy right now. On the beliefs in what's happening with COVID-19 is kind of split because there's a lot of conspiracy on in everything right now.
Right.
And the most advice I could give to people is to be safe.
100%.
Protect yourself. You never know, but it's really confusing to me because I've been to parts of Florida during this thing, and I've seen people just going in stores and doing their thing without mask and everything in different parts of Florida.
Right.
So, there's somewhat of a sentiment that some of this stuff is not real or not, but whether or not we have this, whether it's real or not, I would recommend to everybody out there to take precautions, wear a mask. When you get in your car, take it off. Try
Right.
not to spend too much time in the supermarket. Order your food if you can afford to do that, because not everybody can afford to be online ordering stuff every minute, because it does add an extra upcharge on there for you, to your budget. And now people not even working
Right.
as much either, so it makes it very difficult. But the best advice is to keep your ears to the ground and be cautious.
100%.
Observe the rules and regulations. Don't put yourself in a place to cause problems or get yourself into problems. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Yeah, man.
So, do you feel like do you feel your kids should go back to school?
Honestly, for me, not really.
Thank you.
I think that that I will probably try to figure out to continue homeschooling,
Right.
unless they figure out some way, because the problem is that kids are naturally
Susceptible.
kids are naturally not into this social
100%.
distancing and keeping clean. They forget things quickly. You're a kid.
Can you imagine a 5-year-old or 6-year-old or 7-year-old trying to have a mask on all day?
Yeah, and
Or
that's
keep
not-
their hands out of their mouth?
That's not good
or
for
not
your lungs
fidgeting?
either. It's
No,
not good for
it's
your
not.
circulatory system, not good for your body in general, because it actually limits the amount of oxygen that you get.
Listen,
into your
it's
system.
not good all the way around. I wouldn't. I don't feel comfortable at this time right now. I think that if they did do it for high school students, which again, they're a little older, they can understand, and they can do some protocols. I think if they did, they would have to change the entire curriculum of how they do things. No
Yeah.
block scheduling. The kids go to one class and the teachers rotate versus the kids.
Yeah,
And you
man.
would have to pretty much change the entire schedule to everything.
Yeah, I mean, the situation is really messed up right now. I mean, we have a president that is not. He is not. He's more of a distraction than a leader, and that is a major part of the issue right now. Is more of a distraction than a leader, and is more concerned about himself and the election, and not really
Right.
focused on getting the public happy. So at least whoever actually vote for him is somebody that he actually did something good for. I could say, well, he did something.
Would you vote for Kanye West?
Say what?
He's running for president, right?
Not a distraction. I mean, the distractions, man.
It's crazy.
The distractions.
Listen, the president initial position is to be the voice of the people, and I think that the problem is the voice of the people has been forgotten.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like they're making laws and then they're voting on them. No, it should be us creating up the solutions and them voting on those solutions that we have chosen.
Yeah.
And then you have the people that are one way and another way, and they're battling it out to find the middle ground. And that's what my show is actually based upon, believe it or not.
Yeah.
The show is finding real world problems
Yeah.
and giving real world solutions with icons and people in the industry and regular everyday mill people coming onto the show and discussing what we can do to make things better. We had Luisa Santos. She's running for district school board, an amazing woman. And you know what I found in politics? That a lot of times the people who are the cleanest and the most sincere and the very open-hearted, they never make it because they want them to do dirt so that they can get confined. And I had this conversation with a good buddy of mine, Manny from my barbershop. He's been in the very first episode of Pass the Mic podcast. We had a lot of great times here, but we've spoken a lot of truths, and we've actually come up together to create forms to actually make change, not just speak about it, not just sit here and invite artists. It is literally to create actual change.
Yeah.
And the only way we can do that is getting multicultural of every verse, of every person, and really finding that middle ground. We have some crazies that we always end up on the show. You know what I mean? But it's okay. You need some of that crazy sometimes to take a look and go, I need to have a very open mind, and I need to listen to everything and analyze and come up with proper solutions to find a middle ground, because you're never going to please everybody. But if you can get the majority, I think that's where it matters.
Yeah, man. The thing is, you have to listen to everything, like you say. There's gonna be the people who are extreme
100%.
in their beliefs, but there will be sense in a lot of what they're saying.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the times, it forces you to question the things that you've been taking for granted and just going along with.
And that's what makes us human.
Yeah, but that it's you know, in one way, when you're raised growing up, you're told to ask questions. That's the only how you will learn. But then there's certain things in the world that you're not allowed to question, and people look at you like you're crazy because you question them. But then when you actually see somebody else who's probably not even as influential as you, or not even in the position to help like you, but they're questioning it, and they sound like they even have a better understanding than you, questioning something that you wouldn't even think to question, it's then that your mind becomes open and you
100%.
say, yo, hey, maybe this, I should actually think about this or question this. And you know, it's really important to question everything.
And we really try to and we really try to leave politics and religion out of it, but unfortunately there are some forms of those inside these you know, these conversations, and it's okay. Like I try not to let it prolong, you know, for example, if it goes like into like a heated debate about some one particular person and it's targeting that one particular person, I usually deviate that conversation and try to, you know, bring them back to having that open mind of the actual subject matter, because we don't want this to be a political battle. We want this to be a solution battle, right? We want it to be, how can we actually fix this? Don't come to me with a complaint. Come with me with the complaint and then some form of solution. And if you don't have that solution, you're asking for us to come up with a solution. Be very open-minded to what everyone says. Don't close your doors to anybody, because that's the only way we're going to find an open ground for everyone to prosper from this.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for real.
With that being said, the mayor shuts us down again. A lot of entertainment, you know, venues, gatherings, music industries. We're all trying to survive in Florida here, especially in Miami and South Florida. You're here in South Florida. How do you feel about this? Me personally, I'm tired of the 50-50 stuff. Either shut us down 100%. We'll clear this out if that's what you think is going to work, right? Or you open the floodgates, people get sick, who's going to get sick, and whoever doesn't, and that's it. I don't like this 50-50 split. I think it's prolonging it a lot. That's my thought.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is deep, man. You know, the coronavirus pandemic is deep in terms of just the way it's being promoted and marketed. Because it's really being promoted and marketed.
Okay. What about New York, though? New York shut down completely, and they're almost back, you know, getting to some normal.
Listen, you need to protect yourself and be cautious, but question everything, because right now there is a lot happening around us that don't make no sense.
Ooh, facts.
Because the comparison of what the flu is killing and what tuberculosis alone killed in the last year,
100%.
and
the numbers don't add up, because they're false numbers. First of all, that's been proven a million times so far. Even doctors coming online and saying, hey, they're telling us to call it COVID when it wasn't COVID. The guy had a prior heart condition, died of a heart attack, and you're telling me to call it COVID.
Yeah.
Because he had a COVID symptom.
Yeah, because they want it to be looked at as something that's really to be scared of. And I mean, it is to be scared of. Any type of illness is to be scared of, because you know what? People die of the common cold.
100%.
The common cold kills people every year, and thousands, hundreds of thousands. The thing is, it depends on your physical health, you know, your immune system, how strong it is, and how well you've been taking care of yourself. And that is common knowledge. Before there was doctors and FDA and all these kind of things, there were people who were actually coming up with remedies for things and dealing with the common cold, dealing with the common flu, dealing with outbreaks and pandemics and all that, and they didn't have the whole world shut down. You know, that is how the human body evolves with these things. Now, it's up to you to take care of yourself, but my advice is not for you to take as gospel, and it's not really to be advice. It's just an opinion on what I'm seeing happening around. Again, it is important for you to follow the guidelines and protect yourself. I'm just saying, keep your eyes open so that you don't get duped.
Right.
You don't take the wrong pill.
I think the most important thing that you're saying here is educate yourself on what it is and how to protect yourself as best as you can, because everybody's built differently. Maybe you have something that you have and others don't, and you need to protect yourself and those around you to protect you too. And that's what you need to do. You need to educate yourself on the actual subject matter and not be influenced by outside sources. Listen to them, but make an educated decision based on what you can find and know. I think that's the smartest thing
that is the smartest thing you can do. Make an educated decision to deal with the circumstances around you, because not everybody's circumstances would be the same.
Exactly. Because I don't have the cool glasses like you do. They don't protect me like it. All right, here we go. As a wealthy man, all right, Florida company plans to fly passengers to the edge of space. It's a pressurized capsule, an air balloon. Each ticket, $125,000. Would you go do it?
Not interested.
You don't want to see the edge of space?
I'm good. I see it from here. I am in space. The Earth is in space. The Earth is. You know,
that's a good point.
You understand? Space is all around us. The thing is, until a lot of the times, and again, your circumstances, it's what is worth it. What is worth the risk for you at the time?
Right.
It's not worth the risk for me at this time in my life to get on no spaceship for the first time. They're doing something and try to see the edge of space. I look up and I see the stars. That's enough edge of space for me. You know what I mean? I
don't think Sandy feels the same way. If Sandy had 125,000, she's gone.
Nah, man.
She's a space cadet all the time. You ever watch her? Look, just watch her for a few minutes. She's like this.
We are born in space, brother. We are born in space. We are born in space. There's vacuums inside of your body. Space is a vacuum. And it's dangerous. And until they figure out all they got to figure out, there should only be astronauts doing that. People who actually choose to live their life that way should be doing that, until they figure out all those vehicles and capacity and knowing for sure that they have dealt with all the possibilities of things going wrong with so much people in a vehicle going to the edge of space. I'm not interested, bro.
So have you gone skydiving or bungee
not
jumping?
Interested either, man.
Nothing.
I'm not too much with heights, you know.
I'm
not too good with heights.
Now it's all coming together. It's all coming together. No, plant me to the floor. I'll look at the stars. Don't put me in no plane.
I mean, I fly all the time. I mean, once it's controlled, I've done all the massive rides at Disney, Universal. I've been in the Tower of Terror where they drop you and throw you out the window and pull you back, and I've done all of that. I've done big roller coasters throwing me up and down and all this stuff. But after you get older, the fear factor, he pulled
out the I'm the older card. That's
but it's true. As you get older and you realize what could happen to you, and you start really taking stock of what could actually happen.
I worked too hard to put myself on a damn roller coaster.
You kind of get more cautious. I've done it already. I don't need to do it anymore right now.
Okay.
I've been in the air in a roller coaster. Why do I need to jump out of a plane? Am I at war? Trying to invade somewhere? I'm not interested. If I have to, I will. You put a gun to my head and tell me, yo, here's your parachute. I'm going to show you how to pull the lever and get it to deploy. Yeah. And I have to do or die. Yeah. But other than that.
Oh, man. This is crazy. All right. Let's see what else we got in Hot Topics. A 7-year-old boy from Fort Lauderdale named Jason is expected to make a full recovery. On July 4th, he was swimming in a pool when he was hit in the arm by a stray bullet. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, shooting in the air is not the smartest thing. Whatever goes up must come down. So
somebody shot a gun into the air and the bullet came back and
it's a common thing on 4th of July. It's a very common thing. It's been happening for many years, for as long as I can remember.
That a bullet comes back and hits you. I've never heard of that.
As a matter of fact, I live out in the Redlands.
Yeah.
So the Jaguar was parked inside of a garage that we have built in the back.
Yeah.
And I guess one of the neighbors decided to shoot up in the air, and It went through the metal roof and through the car.
Well, I guess it's after it goes up with so much momentum and then it comes back down because they're made of lead, right?
Yes.
So it's very heavy. So the momentum will build back up, coming back down.
100%.
Even more, too.
100%. So he got hit in the
Yeah.
arm, but he's making a full recovery, and that's unfortunate. Those
crazy.
are things that shouldn't happen, man.
Yeah, nah.
Those are things that shouldn't
I
happen.
didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I never thought about it. But, yo, you live, you learn.
You know? Do you know the song "This or That"? This or that. You can get with this, or you can get with that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can get.
yeah,
All right, you're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
join me. Ready? You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's this or that segment. It's a little segment where we have a little bit of fun, and basically, I'm gonna ask you a round of questions. Everybody can chime in. Everybody on Instagram, please chime in with us. And this
Yeah.
is how it's gonna go. Sandy, are we ready?
You can get
Ready.
with this.
Or you can get with that.
Yeah.
All right, so it's this or that. You cannot say in the middle or I'm undecided, and you got to give me an answer, all right?
All right, cool.
All right, here it goes. Stop time or fly? Would you rather stop time or would you rather fly?
Fly.
Fly. Okay. Why? Why'd you pick fly?
'Cause-
You were contemplating. I smelled the
No.
smoke burning up there. You're going to drink some more water, man.
You gotta think of the consequences of things.
Okay.
What am I gonna stop time for? Right? I don't need to stop time.
Well,
If
you were saying
stop
you were getting
time-
older.
No, I don't need to stop time. You know, certain things.
okay.
that are- yeah, let it go. Let time go. But while time is going, I'll be flying.
Yeah.
I'll be like Superman. You know, I'll go to the edge of space without going on no.
He'll be flying, going
aircraft.
Niki.
Oh yeah, I'll be Superman in that. Superman that.
Oh,
literally Superman.
Sandy, what would you do?
I'll fly.
Fly? All right. Sometimes I wish I could stop time.
Yeah.
There are times that I wish I could stop. Like my daughter growing up, I just there are certain times I just want to slow her down because it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. So sometimes I wish I could stop time. What about you guys? I want to hear you guys on the chat lines. Here we go. Hit me up on Instagram. I know we're a little delayed here, so stop time or fly. Everybody on Instagram watching on Kevin Little's Instagram, what would you rather do? Would you rather stop time or would you rather fly? All right, let's check. Let's check YouTube. Let's see what we got. Stop time. Jose Rodriguez says he loves your music,
Thank you.
and that's Mr. CEO. Decade, would you rather stop time or fly? We're gonna move on to the next one. Let everybody catch up. Here we go. Be a deep sea driver. Be a deep sea diver or an astronaut. Well, we've already gone through this one, so
A deep sea driver.
diver.
Sorry.
Yeah, I said
Deep
driver.
sea
That was my fault.
diver or an astronaut. Oh man, you know what? Here's why I will say. I mean, I want to go to space. I am so interested in what else is there in the universe, right? But logic,
E.T. from home.
logic tells me
Okay.
that for the fact that the Earth
Okay.
is already in space, we are already here.
Okay.
A lot of what we are is made up of what is already out there. And I have a very strong feeling that a lot of what we are looking for out there is already here.
Okay.
So I would deep sea dive because I think there's a lot that's been covered up from ancient wars and past technological advancements and stuff. I
And think
that-
about the crawfish that are down there.
well, yeah, all of that. I mean, I'm not big on shellfish. I get bumps and stuff.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
That's tough, man. Being in the Caribbean, there's a lot of seafood.
Well, hey, I love fried fish.
Fried fish.
I love salmon, man.
Salmon,
I
oh,
love
that's-
boneless fish.
Do you ever? My mom's from Chile, so we salmon's a big thing over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hook you up. I'll bring you one. All right, Sandy, deep sea. Oh, this is a
already
this is a
know my
given.
answer.
This is a given. Astronaut,
Of course.
100%. That's an astronaut over there. She's a space cadet, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
She's a space cadet.
Yeah.
You know,
Until-
for me, I've done a lot with the water. I'm terrified of being inside of it. There's just so many things that can kill me.
Yeah.
So I think I would take my chances being
But
as
you
an
don't
astronaut.
gotta dive. You use a robot. Use the robot and let the robot dive. You can see what's going on.
Wait,
You
it said
don't gotta-
diver. Diver is like somebody who goes with like a little helmet. You know, and
The
just
robot
goes deep.
goes with a helmet too. The robot has on a helmet. Goggles and everything.
There goes the engineering in him. No, we're building a robot, man. We're engineering. You can just swim. Just swim.
The bends. I'm not a fan of the bends.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so Ruben says he'd rather fly, no traffic. He's tired of the Miami traffic. Decade says astronaut. The real CEO says astronaut. Sandy said astronaut. So we got a lot of astronauts out here. Everybody's an astronaut. Everybody's an astronaut. All right. Live without music or live without TV? That's a tough one. Man, that's a tough one. But I know what I'm going to go with.
Well, you can't live without music.
You got to where I was going already.
You can't live without music.
Okay.
So I can say live without music because if you live with TV, there's gonna be music.
But if you live without music, now you have no music for the TV.
Well,
See,
yeah.
I thought of that like within
Kinda,
seconds.
it's
Can you
it's
imagine
a
watching a
difficult
movie
thing.
without a soundtrack?
It's a difficult thing. It's a difficult thing.
Imagine Terminator starts, right? And there was no dun 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 dun
I don't like that question.
dun 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 dun.
It's a question that you can't give a either or answer.
Yeah, you can.
No, man, I can't live without either of them.
Really?
No, I like entertainment. I like
For
technology,
me-
TV,
For me,
TV shows.
I can create a movie in my head with music. It's like reading a book.
Okay. I mean, everybody brain works.
That's
differently.
why when you create a music video, it's to give the artist a vision of what he had for that song.
Yeah, of course. I mean, hey,
Which is why I love
Your
Niki. I want to live in your brain.
your imagination can do anything you want it to. But sometimes I'm just lazy. I just want somebody to imagine for me.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
That's it. I don't know. All right, Sandy,
Live without TV.
you would live without TV? All right. Yeah, I'm definitely. I could live without TV. I could do it. No problem whatsoever.
I can't.
I could do it. No
I
problem.
can't live without my TV.
Sandy, we're making hits. We're making hits. We're recording, right?
It's all being recorded.
All right. We got two more. Fruits or vegetables? Three more.
Fruits or vegetables? I'm gonna say tomatoes.
Tomato is a vegetable. No, it's a fruit. Excuse me. It's a fruit. It's a fruit.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's a fruit.
It's neither
Excuse me.
or. It's either or. It's both.
Is it both? I was always told that it's a fruit now.
Oh, you see, that's the problem. Nobody knows what it is. So,
Anybody know the answer? Can you give me actual facts? Sandy, Google it. Google it. Tell me what it is. I want to know. Is tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
I think it's both.
So what would you live without?
None.
None.
A tomato is a fruit.
Bingo. I knew it.
But it's used as a vegetable.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
It's a common misconception.
Yeah, but
because fruits are normally like sweet.
Yeah, tomato is kind of in between, but fruit or vegetables, man. I could, man. You can't live without none of those things, man. It's difficult because they're.
But would you rather have this or would you rather have that? Ah.
Oh, which one I would rather have?
Uh-huh.
Fruits.
Fruits. Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
it's a given. It's a
yeah.
given.
Fruits.
Sandy?
Fruits.
Yeah, I'm definitely definitely fruits.
And then you have tomatoes, which are still fruits and vegetables. At the same time. You
and
still
so
have some
there you go. You
vegetables.
can have some vegetables.
Yeah, yeah. you still have some vegetables.
Now you're looking at the coin on the other end. You see that? That's how it works. All right. Ruben says veggies. He'd rather have veggies. This guy drinks beer every day, 24/7,
He's a changed man.
and he.
Yeah, well,
I
there's
guess there's vegetables to make beer. Is that what it is?
there's people who like stuff that don't have any sweet taste to it.
What's
That's why-
hops? Hops, is that a vegetable?
Hops?
Yeah,
Hops is what they make beer from. I think it's
exactly. Is it a vegetable or is it?
Um,
Because you also have wheat. Wheat is considered
it comes from the wheat, the barley, from the
right.
Yeah, from the same thing that bread is made from.
So is that a vegetable?
No.
Yes.
It's a
bread-
vegetable.
Is wheat a vegetable?
Hops is a vegetable, but is wheat a vegetable?
Isn't hops a product of something?
It's a plant.
It's just a plant.
It's just a plant?
Okay. So
Okay.
hops is deranged
Part of the beer.
from wheat, and hops is a vegetable, so the wheat would be the plant of the vegetable. Holy smokes. We are learning something today.
I'm confused. But
Just know that every time you're drinking a beer, you're drinking your vegetables.
yeah, but then the thing is that he probably likes vegetables because he likes that taste, that bitter
And
or
avocados.
yeah, that bitter or tart taste. A lot of people like that, man. It's different. I don't know how they do it.
The Real CEO says he'll live without TV. Decade says without TV. And Decade says fruits. Real CEO fruits. They're definitely chiming in on those fruits. And your phone died, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I got a charger for you. All right. And they said it's a grain. So wheat is a grain. And avocados.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it is what it is.
I forgot about that category. Yo, my science days are gone.
House music or country music?
House.
House music all night long. House
you
music
mean?
all night long.
That's related to soca.
Sandy?
House.
House music?
Tropical
Interesting. I would
We
actually.
Latin, we Caribbean, we like that. That doop-ch, doop-ch, doop-ch.
I like house. There's many diversities of house, but I do like some country music.
I mean, I didn't say I didn't like country music.
I
just
mean,
said-
but there's certain songs that really resonate with me, and I really like them. But if I had to choose between this or that, it's definitely gonna go house because
yeah.
I have more diversity.
yeah, I mean, country is good for Sunday evening. Brings back them Sunday evening
Yeah.
memories in the Caribbean. Radio 705.
Tropical house. Tropical house. All right, piercings or tattoos? Last one.
Tattoos.
Tattoos. You got any?
I got piercings in my ears, but I would rather get a tattoo than pierce anywhere else.
You have any tattoos?
No,
No tattoos.
no,
Are you planning on it?
no. But I w-
Interesting. So you've never had a tattoo, but you would rather choose tattoo.
yeah, but it's more painful, I guess, because it lasts longer. It's not like one needle punch, black, and it's done. It's like bzzz, a couple of hundreds of thousands of times.
So
being
I'm
stuck
confused.
by a
You'd
needle.
rather the tattoo because it's more painful longer?
No, I think a tattoo, in a lot of cases, is more appealing than piercings in some cases. You know.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
you're doing it for the appeal.
Yeah, as a male, you can get away with a tattoo on your neck that looks something cool, or on your arm or something. But where else am I gonna pierce? I have piercings in my ears already. I'm not piercing my nose. I'm not gonna pierce my back and hang myself up by wires. You know what I mean?
and I thought he was gonna go for the chest area. That was
That's to tell you how far away from that I am. Not interested, bro.
all right, Sandy. Piercings
Tattoos.
or tattoos?
Tattoos.
You got a tattoo, right?
I have a couple.
You got a couple. All right.
She likes pain.
She likes
I don't like piercings though.
You don't like piercings, but you
That-
have like all your ears pierced.
No,
Don't you have multiple holes on your ears? No. Oh, okay.
She doesn't like shock, She doesn't like the pain when it's like. She likes the pain when it's like.
She's a masochist.
Yeah, she likes it slow. She likes a build up, right? Sandy? Like the pain to
The
build up.
shading when they shade in the color.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
She's even breaking it down.
yo, she breaking it down, man. What's your favorite color to be shaded? We having fun with you, Sandy. Thanks for participating.
All right. For me, it's tattoos. I don't have any piercings. I do have a few tattoos,
Yeah.
and I definitely I like tattoos because of the art. I don't find piercings to be an art form. I don't think it tells a story.
I think it's an opportunity for somebody who wants to really hurt you to hurt you. Like, hold a piercing and pull it out of your hair.
I don't know, man. Like, see, that's that bad boy in you going into those fights. That's what.
Yeah, bro. But when you think about it, those tattoos are less dangerous than a piercing. You know.
Very true.
Yeah.
100%. Can you imagine, like, you're doing like some type of labor and it gets caught and it rips the skin right out?
Bro, like you could imagine you have a nose ring.
Oh,
and you get in a fight and
no.
somebody grabs you by the nose ring.
Rips it right out.
Not even rips it, drags you around the room a little bit
No,
before it comes
man.
out. that's
No.
gotta be painful, bro.
No, thank you. All right, everybody, here we go. We got fruits, house music, piercings, tattoos. CEO, the real CEO said he'd rather have piercings. Interesting. I did not expect that. I know the man, and I never would have expected that. I just learned something new about you, Burke. Wow. Ruben says tattoos. Carla says tattoos. Carla's a big fan of yours too.
Shout out Carla. You don't know. Love Carla. Love you. I love you, Carla.
It's a big fan. She said country music. She rather country music than house.
You know, the ladies like to be romanced, though. They want you to sing for them. Country singers be singing for them. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right. Let's go into some fun trending topics to end this show.
Yeah.
Let's do it. What is your favorite place to escape to?
My house.
Your house?
Yeah,
Home.
man.
In front of the TV with music on.
Yeah, man. I watch a lot of TV. I'm into anime.
All right. What's your favorite show?
A lot, man. I watch from Dragon Balls Super to Dragon Balls to
Oh, you're in anime.
yeah, I love anime and I love
Holy smokes.
sci-fi and I love YouTube because I watch a lot of informative stuff on YouTube. I watch
Okay.
a lot of stuff on science and just a lot of things on building stuff just in general. I like information, you know, so I sit down and I learn stuff. Yeah.
Nice. For me, it's my own head. That's my favorite place to escape to.
Well, bro, hey, everybody has got to have a place, you know, that place where you can control.
Yeah.
You can get
It
your
is.
control.
I
yeah.
can, if I just have like a little silent place and I can just be in my own head, I'm good. That's me.
That's awesome, man.
Do you believe what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger?
That is kind of dangerous because sometimes you never know. You may make a mistake and something that you think may not kill you because of your body being not the same as somebody else, you end up dying. So that could be kind of dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah, at least that's my answer to that.
Okay.
Because the cold might not kill me, but it might murder you. You know what I'm saying? Coronavirus might
Why you just kill me, man? Why you
might not kill you, but it might kill me. You understand what I'm saying?
If I had my Goku haircut, you wouldn't want to kill me, man.
Goku, man. Amen.
All right. What do you spend most of your money on?
Man.
Niki.
I think I spend a lot of my money investing into my businesses, you know,
Bingo.
and family. You know,
Really?
I
Okay.
think family most of all. You know, my family. I take good care of my family, and
good.
I spend whatever else on business, trying to advance myself and do more, give back more to my communities and people that I come in contact with by investing in the stuff that I've already got going.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I think a lot of people need to take note on that and really find it in them to give back to their communities, give back to the people that got you to where you're at and support. And that's the only way we can grow in this world.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
For me, it's definitely business. I spend a lot of money on business.
Yeah, those
I
record
figured-
pools gonna break you, man. Make you go broke.
How many concerts have you attended? Well, that's a silly question for Kevin Lyttle. How many concerts have you attended to that weren't your own?
A lot. I mean, I can't put a number on that because since I was a kid and I'm interested in music, I learned growing up that if you want to be in something, you gotta put yourself in it.
Yeah, you gotta see it.
So, you know, I was there at every concert that happened in Victoria Park in Kingstown, St. Vincent. Once my mother could spare me the $20 or $25 to go watch the show. And sometimes I would get in for free because I was already in entertainment after a certain age, and I was able to get backstage passes and go backstage and see artists like Mr. Vegas perform, and Buju and Wayne Wonder, who, you know,
Wayne
is,
Wonder,
yeah,
man.
you know.
Oh, man.
I mean, so, you know, to even rub shoulders with these guys is a big deal to me because I paid
It
to
is.
watch them perform, you know. But
it is.
yo,
It's
That's-
amazing, man. Like you've been around all these like amazing artists.
yeah, man.
Does it
yeah.
ever hit you sometimes? Does it like you sit back and you're like, holy crap, I'm in the room with
Yeah, man. Yo, sometimes it's not even just that, you know. Sometimes I'm in the upstairs of my house and I watch the other side of my house from upstairs, and I'm like, wait, this would have been my house up here, and way over there would have been my neighbor's house. And there would have been a bunch of darkness and trees
Yeah.
and stuff right in front of me. And this bedroom would have been my house.
Right.
With the kitchen.
It's crazy, it's crazy.
You know, so I mean, I look back sometimes, I'm like, wow, I've really made my dream come true to be where I am today, and, you know, be able to rub shoulders with some of the greatest and be compared to some of them, you know?
It's super weird for me too. I want
Yeah.
to say that like when you know artists like yourself and you know Fat Joe and you know a lot of other artists that I have in my phone and we're having regular conversations, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you know we're hitting each other up or we're you know linking to do some work or do something. For me, it's like this is so surreal. You know,
Yeah.
when I told Sandy, I was like, I get excited. I'm like, yo, Kevin Little's coming to the office. He's gonna do the interview. Blah 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 blah. It's exciting for me. Like
Yeah.
you know, when you come in, I'm composed because at the end of the day, you're still you know a regular guy. You know what I mean? You have emotions. You have everything. But there's another side of me that's like, man, I used to make people dance to his music, and he is in my go-to crate no matter what.
Yeah.
When I'm gonna
I
hit a reggae
appreciate
set,
that.
you know
I
what I mean? When I'm gonna
appreciate that.
hit,
Thank you.
when I'm gonna hit like one of these dance sets, he's gotta be in it. You know what I mean? Like
Transition, right?
You go to my mixes right now on Mixcloud.
Yeah.
You're in my mix.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
You're in my
appreciate
mix.
that, man.
So
Thank
like
you.
I mean, and I think he's like one of the third songs in the track. So it you know it's a banger. It's a hit. It's like this is the one. And you know when you meet an icon like yourself, there's an excitement to it. It's like, holy smokes, I'm sitting here interviewing, we're having conversations, we're talking on the phone. This is amazing, you know what I mean? Like it hits you, it impacts you, and you have that feeling for other artists too.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
nah, you know, it's incredible just being able to watch your dreams unfold, and it may not happen in the way that you may 100% expect it to, but when you really stand back and put things into perspective, you realize that you did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's scary a lot of the times. It's very scary because one of the biggest hurdles I think for most people who are successful is maintaining success and even becoming successful. The failure to launch because of the fear of failure is also an issue. And even when you're successful, you have that fear of failure because now you have a bar that you have to keep at or live up to all the time as well.
I understand that concept very, 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 very well because I'm very competitive. I've always wanted to strive for more.
Yeah.
I'm one of those very business oriented persons. One of the things for me is I am one of those people now living out, in the country, Redlands. I want to move away, and I just want to be able to sit back, play my guitar, play my music, drink a bottle of whiskey, and piss in the wind, and be able to just talk about all the glory days. You know what I mean? And just reminisce on all the beautiful things and moments that I actually got to experience. You know, like moments like this.
Yeah.
I will be able to say, and whether somebody believes me or not, I know what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't bother me anymore to have that status quo. When I was coming up in DJing, we would spend hundreds of dollars just to be the cool kid.
Yeah.
You know, you would go to the bar and you buy everybody drinks.
You spend a lot of money on dub plates too.
You what? You know? So for me now, it's like, now you're like, okay, I don't need that. You know what I mean? I need to prove myself in a professional manner and just make sure that I'm doing the best that I can no matter what.
Yeah, man. Yeah. For real.
I think that's the goal now. Like
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but that's
Yeah.
my goal. All right, last one. All right, here we go. How many languages can you speak? And if you could ask your future self a question, what would it be?
My future, if I could, well, languages I can speak. I can't really speak no other languages. I know.
I speak English
I know broken English
and
patois
broken.
from the Caribbean, but I mean, if I go to France and I'm in France and I'm there for like a week, I start picking up French. Like it's happened to me more than once where I'm there and I start picking it up and
Merci
I start
beaucoup,
understanding exactly what they're saying to me without really knowing the words as well, but just by the way that they speak and pronounce and what we're talking about, I follow the conversation.
Right.
And I start being able to speak back, because I can
That's
say
so cool,
bonjour and salut and ça va. I can say a few things in French. But even in Japan, because I travel so much, I've gotten this kind of open mind to other languages. So I know small parts of people's languages, how to say hello, how to say my name, ask them their name.
Shasha.
Yeah, you know, all of that. So it comes to me when I'm there. You know, when I'm there and you start hearing the language and you're there with the people, you start absorbing and it starts coming back to you, right? But when I'm here and I'm back in the English land and I'm speaking English, don't ask me about it.
Don't ask me about nothing.
Yeah.
All right, and if you could ask yourself, if you could ask your future self a question, what would it be?
Man, I don't know.
So
I'm being honest
like,
with you.
You're a future Kevin Lyttle. You're 21 now. I wasn't gonna give your age away, but you're 21 now.
Yeah.
And or put that number in your head, right? Whatever number it may be, and you go to ask yourself a question. What would that question be? You got one question. You got to do it. Bam, right here.
How's it going, man? That's my question. How's it going?
And you look back at yourself and say, it's going good.
Yeah. It's as simple as that. How's it going? If it's going good, send me back. 'Cause I know I got something to look forward to. Yeah, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having fun with us, Kevin Lyttle.
Yeah.
I want to thank you again, man. You were an amazing guest to have. I really appreciate you. Much love to you. Much respect to you.
Yeah.
I wish you and your family nothing but healthy lives and happiness throughout the entire years. And I know we'll be running into each other again.
Of course.
I hope to have you in the studio, and I'm definitely going to link you up with Oba, Frank Lords. I think that you two would be an amazing collaboration. I think that there's some things there. Then, of course, we can get Maya up in here. That'd be dope, too.
Right.
But, yeah, if you have anybody that you want to send our way to talk about, or you have any new music that's coming out, please send it to us. We would love to promote it and mutually just be able to be a partner on your side.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for having me. I really enjoyed it. All right?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Pass the Mic Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. That is www.youtube.com. And then you're going to type in PTMP Live. You can find us anywhere. You can go to our website, Instagram, Facebook, etc. PTMP Live. And from there, you can subscribe to our channel. With that being said, I'm the host, Eddie G. Kevin Lyttle. We out of here. Much love.
Like us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at PTMP Live, or visit us at ptmplive.com. Be sure to hit subscribe and turn on your live notifications for more exclusive stuff.